Hey, good morning. It is hiking day. Took about 2 weeks off. Thanksgiving, my son came to visit me and we didn't want to go hiking. It is 46 degrees right now. So let's go. Almost 11 o'clock, y'all. So I left my RV at 6 and then got a flat tire on the way to Government Canyon. So had to detour to the tire place. I was already set to get new tires anyway, so it was kind of convenient, but that was supposed to be next week, not this week. Took a lot longer than expected. So yeah, let's go. Better late than never. So we're taking the Joe Johnston trail, which some of my previous videos, it's really the fastest way out to the far trails. I'm gonna regret not wearing shorts. I wore pants because it was 45 degrees when I left my RV this morning. Now it's 65. So when I was in New York, I had a thing where I would hike in proportion to my stress. And that usually determines speed and distance. And y'all, I didn't realize how much that tire ordeal stressed me out. But I just did 1 mile in under 18 minutes. We're speed walking today, apparently. All right, we're on Twin Oaks. It's about a little over 2 miles from the start of the trail. So far, this trail is a lot like the others. These really dense, wooded areas. And there are these open fields of grass. But it's nice. Looks like a water pipe of some sort. There's a water tank back in there. That's interesting. I don't know if the camera's picking this up. We're climbing. It's real gradual, but still climbing. I am sure there's a fancy psychological term for this. But it took me 2.88 miles to hike out all my stress from this morning's tire issue. Now I'm just like, whatever. I thought that was interesting. It was like 2.8 miles of go, 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 go. Like I was hiking so fast. And my heart rate was telling me, hey, what are you doing? You running this? No, just stressed. But now I'm not. If you're feeling stressed or frustrated or angry about something, go hiking. A couple miles in, you might not feel so feisty anymore. It's my soda plant. Love it. Still my favorite. I reached the junction, Twin Oaks, and there's like 2 other trails that come all into that same junction, but there were some bikers there who were actually considering continuing on to the hikers only trail. So they were waiting for me to move so they could continue going where they weren't supposed to go. But then they realized I was going where they were trying to go. So then they changed their mind. I didn't video at that junction because of that, because it was a little bit tense, a little bit awkward. Y'all just follow the rules. It's not hard. So yeah, I'm on the very final stretch of the Twin Oaks Trail that's going to meet up with the Black Hill Loop. Looks like it might have been an old gate. I don't know. It's interesting. The post there, there's barbed wire. Y'all, it's about to get magical. Look at that. Soda plants. But look at this field of them. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. And more. So fun. That's the end of the Twin Oaks Trail. We're at the junction. Black Hill Loop goes that way or that way. I'm not gonna do the whole loop. I'm gonna go to where it cuts across. Oh, I just came from there and going that way. Yeah, for about the last week and a half here in San Antonio, it's been highs in the 50s, lows in the low 40s, upper 30s, and cloudy and misty and gloomy and kind of yucky. I like the cold, but when it's wet cold and it's like forever cold, that gets old. So Black Hill Loop goes that way. I'm going to do this one. I don't think people come back here. It's very overgrown. Well, it'll be an adventure. It's hard to navigate because there's some herd trails. And you can see, I don't know if you can see, it looks like we're not even on a trail. The only thing that gives it away is occasionally there's pink strings tied to a tree. Gets in there really dense. It is on all trails, but this is fun. Yeah, there's no footprints back here either. Oh, there's a trail marker. Okay. I'll pink things in the tree every so often. Alright, well, there's 2 cairns and then more strings, so we're going the right way. This is a really interesting trail. That's kind of cool. You can tell people have been here, but it's not a main path for sure. And then we're going to climb up and through there, I think. Yep, there's another pink string. I'm dependent on these guys. It's really beautiful though. It's very peaceful and quiet. It's a little unsettling because everywhere else you see tons of people or you see tracks of people. Here there's nothing. Keep wondering when I'm going to run into a snake. Keep saying there's tons of snakes in Texas. I have not seen one, which I just jinxed it. I know it. So I completed Sendero Travesero. So we're going to go tag the Black Hill Loop that way, and then we'll come back this way and we'll go that way and finish it off. This one's overgrown, but not as bad as that other one. I think this one gets a little more traffic. It's very pretty. It's different. Seems to be a lot more green. This is cool. All right. Finished that spur. Now we're gonna go back down it. So this is a lot prettier going down than it was coming up because I can actually see kind of the view through the trees. Back to this junction, the Sendero Travesero, which was the one that was hard to navigate because it was not very well traveled. And then we have La Subida. Just came from up there. That was actually pretty steep. And I think we go this way and we go down. Any of my YouTube friends know what this plant is? It's got like these pods, and the pods are sticky, like they keep sticking to my pants. But the leaves are super soft, like silky smooth. I'm so fascinated by this, but the pods are super annoying. Oh, I love it. Guess what I see? These are my favorite. They are so cool. You might be wondering if I'm going to stop and video every time I see soda plants. The answer is yes to that. I got so excited about the soda plants, I got lost. Oh, it was funny. I was like walking, I'm like, wait a second. This doesn't look like the trail. Oh wait, because it's not. I already have to pay attention to where I'm going. I get distracted by soda plants. Whew. That trail is done. And we are on the Black Hill Loop. Goes that way. I'm going to go this way. So the original plan today was to do the Twin Oaks Trail, which I did. And then I was going to do the Cave Creek Trail, which I got distracted because I took the Twin Oaks Trail all the way till the end of it, got on the Black Hill Loop, and decided to go check out what I thought were going to be 2 really quick spurs, and they were not. One of them was hard to navigate, so it took a while because I kept having to stop and check all trails to make sure I was in the right place. And then the other one was super steep going up, and then I had to come back down unless I wanted to do the rest of the Black Hill Loop, which I did not. So I came back down that, and then it was like 0.55 more to finish that one. If I do the Cave Creek Trail, that's another 4 miles. And then I have to hike all the way back to the car, which is another 5 or 6. I don't know, depending on which trail I take. But I kind of feel like I want to do the Cave Creek Trail when I'm fresh and can get excited about it. Next week, I think I'm going to do the front country here. And then after that, I'm going to New York and I get to go snowshoeing. So I'll try to video that, but that'll be a whole different scenario, y'all. Oh, that looks familiar. Out of the Black Hill Loop. Go to the little windmill trail so we can go past the dinosaur tracks again. Probably not going to video much because now I'm on the little windmill trail, which will connect back to the Joe Johnston trail, which will take me back to my car. I've already videoed this several times, so I won't do it again. But I am at like 7.3 miles for the day, and I think we'll end up being close to 12 when I'm done. So I'm back to where the Twin Oaks Trail splits off the Joe Johnston Trail. 2 miles back to the visitor center on the car from here. All right, made it back to the car. I was just over 11 miles today. So I did the Joe Johnston Trail to the Twin Oaks Trail, and I walked the entire length of the Twin Oaks Trail. So I did the whole thing all the way to the Black Hill Loop. I took that to another trail that I cannot remember the name. I will put it in the corner of the video. So I branched off to that one. I don't think anybody goes down that because there were no footprints. It was very overgrown. Could see the trail most of the time, but there were some places where the trail was kind of gone. There were posts periodically, but they'd actually tied pink ribbons to the trees where you could actually see them pretty consistently. So when I started to get kind of off trail a little bit, or what I thought was off trail, I just looked for the pink ribbons. And then I also had All Trails. All Trails was pretty accurate on that one, so I was able to make sure I was headed in the right direction. So I did the entire length of that, which runs into La Subida. It's a T intersection. So I went to the right and climbed up to the Black Hill Loop, so it joins that again. But instead of getting on the Black Hill Loop and continuing on that, because I didn't want to do that whole loop again, I turned around and went back down that trail. And then instead of at the T-junction, instead of turning back to the one that was hard to follow, I just kept going straight, and that came back to another part of the Black Hill Loop closer to the beginning of that loop. So kind of a weird hike today, a little bit adventurous, but I did really actually like those two trails that are kind of not really convenient to anything. Like, they're just kind of there, but they were really nice. They were really cool. I know the one I ended up in a whole field with the sodal plants, which made me really excited. It was huge, like huge area with just nothing but these plants, and they're all taller than me. So it was magical. And then the other part of the trail where I had to go up and then come back down and then go down, that was just nice. I mean, looks like every other trail out here, but it was very quiet. I saw nobody on either one of those trails at all. So that was really nice. So even with the ordeal this morning, it was still a very good day for hiking. So I got one more thing to say. But when I hike in New York, I always stop at a place called Stewart's, which is like the best gas station ever. So I usually stop there on the way out there to get like a muffin and usually something with caffeine in it. And then on the way back, I usually stop and get a slice of pizza, an ice cream, and a cold drink, or any combination of those things. Not usually all of those things, but I usually stop for that. Well, okay, so I'm in Texas. On the way hiking, that's not as big a deal, but on the way back, I'm usually really hungry and really thirsty. But I found a bougie Walmart. Yeah, I say bougie because it's not your normal Walmart. Like, they have fancy stuff. And it's like, they don't have your normal things there. It's like a market version of Walmart. Anyways, so I've started stopping there on the way home now, and I get my fresh fruit for the week and like salad stuff. And I usually get like something from their bakery, which is pretty good. It's not Stewart's, but it's pretty good. A couple weeks ago, I found cans of Element. So if you don't know, it's electrolytes, but usually it's only in the powder, like in the packets you got to mix in your own water. But they have a canned version, and it's carbonated, and it's cold. So, and I think it'd be really disgusting on any other occasion, but after hiking you know, between 10 and 15 miles in, you know, sweating like crazy. This is absolutely wonderful, and this one's watermelon, so it's pretty good. But yeah, just thought I'd let you know that the tradition continues, just in a varied form. So I miss my Stewarts. Okay, bye.